Okie doke, the last video here. So number 39, we're given p of x. It is x plus 2. It's a binomial to the fifth power. Which of the expressions is true? And that clearly they have expanded it. So we need to expand this. I'm going to, since we want the full expansion, I'm going to use the Pascal's triangle. So I'm going to come up here and create Pascal's triangle to leave me lots of room down here. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, and a 1. Those are my starter coefficients. I say starter because that 2 is going to have an effect on my final coefficient. Okay, I start with x to the fifth. My next term will be 5 x to the fourth times 2 to the first plus 10 x to the third times 2 squared. The x's will decrease in power, the 2's will increase in power, ending with 2 to the fifth. 10x squared times 2 cubed. Remember that the powers always add to that big power. 5x times 2 to the fourth, and ending with 2 to the fifth. I gotta take. Alrighty, I had to pause for a little. Little bunny pause on my feet. Okay. Alrighty, so let's see. We're going to clean this guy up. This is going to be a 10x to the fourth. 4 times 10 is 40, x cubed. 8 times 10 is 80, x squared. 16 times 5 is 80x, 80x, and then 2 to the fifth is 32. So which one matches that, you guys? I think it's C that matches. I'm going to double check that. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Alrighty, number 40. G is given by this. When G is rewritten in this form, which of the following is the greatest? A, B, C, or D? So we are going to expand this thing. Alrighty, we're going to go to the fourth row. I've already done that up here, so I'm doing that. So it'll be x to the fourth, okay? The next term will have a 4, x cubed negative 3 to the first. Remember to take the minus with it if it's coming down, alright? And that'll be to the first power. Remember the powers always add to the main power. The next number from Pascal's triangle is a 6. Reduce your power by 1 on your x's. Add 1 to the power on your negative 3. The next number from Pascal's triangle is a 4. Reduce your x's, but add 1 to your negative 3. And finally, we get 1, but it's negative 3 to the fourth power. Okay, so this is going to be x to the fourth. Negative 3 times 4 is a negative 12. 9 times 6 is a 54. Negative 27 times 4. Negative 27 times 4. 28 plus 2, negative 108. And that's x to the first. And then we have negative 3 to the fourth, which is 81. Which of the following is the greatest? 81 is the biggest. It's not the negative 108. That's the smallest. 81 is the biggest, so D is the biggest. Number 41. Which of the following is the coefficient of x cubed? So what I would do here, you guys, since we only want a single term, I'm going to use the binomial theorem. Okay? When you want a single term, do binomial theorem. So it's going to be x cubed. So we're going to have 2x cubed. Remember to keep that all together. 2x cubed. Negative 3 to the second, because those powers have to add to be a 5. Now binomial theorem, 5 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial. That's how it works, okay? So we are going to clean this up. 5 times 4 over 2, because the 3 factorial will reduce, and we'll have 2 on the bottom, times 2 cubed is 8, x cubed, times negative 3 squared is 9, right? Let's see, 2 goes into 4 twice, so we'll have 2 times 5 is 10, times 8 times 9, which is 72, x cubed, so that is 720 x cubed. The coefficient is 720. That's binomial theorem. We're going to do that, okay? All right. Determine the coefficient of x to the 15th in this expansion. Alrighty. So I know I have the negative x cubed. What do I need to raise that to get an x to the 15th? I need to raise that to the 5th power, right? Which means the 2 is going to be raised to the 2nd power, right? Okay, so for the binomial theorem, we're going to have 7 factorial over 2 factorial times 5 factorial. We're going to clean this up again. 7 times 6 over 2 times 4 times, and this will be a negative x to the 15th power. Alrighty. So I know that my answer is going to be negative. I know it will be negative because of that minus right there. We were raising a negative to the 5th power, so it's going to keep the negative. So I know it won't be these positive answers. So let's see, 2 goes into 4 twice. We have 42 times 2. 42 times 2 is 84. So we'll have a negative 84 x to the 15th. The coefficient is negative 84e. Alrighty. One more. Determine the difference quotient of this guy. Difference quotient. So difference quotient, we need to know what that is. This is f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. I'm writing small because I know that these get long. Okay, so what is f of x plus h? We're replacing x with x plus h, and we will have x plus h to the 6th power minus f of x. F of x is x to the 6th all over h. Now we're going to expand x plus h to the 6th. I know the first term is x to the 6th. I know the second term is 6x to the 5th h. For the following term, though, I need to go to Pascal's triangle. And we did part of it above, but I want to get it down here so I don't have to keep on scooching it up. So I'm going to redo quickly. I'm going to redo Pascal's triangle in this blank spot over here. It doesn't take long to do this, right? And we just need to go to the 6th row. Here's the 5th row, so one more row will be the 6th row. So there's the 6th row. I got the 1 and I got the 6. And now we're going to get the 15. Oops, wrong color. 15. Reduce your power on your x, raise your power on your h. The powers always add to 6 here. The next one will be a 20, x cubed, h cubed, and then a 15, x squared, h to the 4th, a 6, x, h to the 5th, and then lastly an h to the 6th. So that's this expansion, and now we have to subtract x to the 6th all over h. You guys, this equal sign, it means something. It means that this line is equal to this line, which is equal to this, right? if you leave off the over h, which I see kids want to do, you are saying that two things are equal that are not equal. And you will never get full credit if you say that two things are equal that are not equal. So don't say that, all right? Take the time to rewrite it, okay? All right, this x to the 6th and this negative x to the 6th. They do not have h's. They need to cancel out, and they do. They cancel with each other. Everything else has an h, correct? Everything else has an h. So I'm factoring out an h on top, and I'm reducing it with the h on the bottom. So now the h on the bottom will be gone, okay? But it's because we're factoring out an h and reducing with the h on the bottom. So we'll have 6x to the 5th plus 15x to the 4th h to the 1st plus 20x cubed h squared. I'm taking one of those h's away. 15x squared h cubed, 6x h to the 4th, and lastly h to the 5th. This is the difference quotient. That's my answer.